going back to India and China, I mean, we have in India, we have about half the market. In China, we have about 15%. And we're market leaders in both. Now, how do we maintain that, right? So we have two sets of competition. We have our multinational competition, which would be US-based and French-based, basically. And then we have the local stuff. I think the more potent threat to us is the local stuff. I'm more concerned. I mean, just give you just one anecdote, well, two anecdotes. One is the Shanghai municipality are building an advertising university. They're going to put $5 million into the hardware, a Shanghai campus for advertising. They've asked us to provide the software. We're going to do the curriculum, and the deal is we'll get first dibs at the students. The second thing is SASAC, which is the Chinese industrial holding company, which has a turnover, this really caught my attention, has sales of $1.79 trillion, right? If you add up all the companies, that includes China Mobile and things like that. SASAC and the University of Peking, we've signed an MOU about 2 weeks ago that we will go to SASAC holding company, work with the SOEs on branding. And the interesting thing about the 12th five-year plan is it's all about consumption, it's about services, and it's about a healthcare safety net for the Chinese, because the reason they save is they're all worried, terrified about their parents' old age and their old age and them being ill. So they're really coming, and they're going to come really hard. And the great thing about China is, you know, when Jibao or Hu Jintao says it will happen, you know, and they have these litany, these speeches which are litanies, we will do this, we will do that, we will do. And you listen to it and you think this is a Western-based politician talking, and none of it's going to happen. It happens, because when they say it, everybody follows.
Yeah. So yeah, for the rest of you, about this question of competition, about the notion of disruptive innovation occurring locally that might impact your business models, you know, where is this all going in terms of the competitive lens? You know, Susan?
Yeah, just a couple small additions. So one thing we see, because I totally agree that the competition is local, whether it be in our business or in our client's business, so you have to watch both globally and locally. But we see more and more and more partnerships and joint ventures and alliances in a way that 10 years ago I never would have imagined. We know we can't do it all ourselves. Our clients can't do it all ourselves. To get both the distribution, the local knowledge, the innovation, you really need to have alliances everywhere and every level. And so I think that's probably the single biggest operating difference and something that most multinationals are doing. And then secondly, there are best practices, no matter if you're looking local up or multinational globally down into the local area, and learning those, I think, is important.
Yeah, I think one of our concerns is exactly that. As I'm most concerned about that passionate local entrepreneur who's well-funded, whether that person is competing against you know, Discovery in Japan or Australia or wherever. We tend to fight back with economies of scale. So we can produce a documentary if we do it well. It will travel across the planet, and so, you know, we can afford to invest the $1 million an hour, where trying to put that production budget together in Korea is a real challenge. So we're faced with our competitors, our global national competitors, who I think we're doing a good job with. We worry about the local competition. Then sometimes we step back and we say, well, who are we going to compete with in the future? Because as we witness the growth of tablets, you know, starting with the Apple iPad and the Samsung Galaxy and others, you have a blending of content in one form that's portable, it's personal. You can watch television on it, and you can read books on it. There'll be blends of that. And so we have to step back and define our business carefully and not get caught off guard and let you know, some competitor satisfy storytelling through the tablet platform. And so that's the challenge that we're looking at now.
Yeah. Go ahead. I was going to let you talk. I think I'll reiterate what several have said. I'm in the business of small companies. Small companies sell into local markets. They succeed and fail because they are successful in local markets. They succeed and fail because they compete against local people. right? So it's a local endeavor. We do invest in other countries. We do not even consider an investment until we first ask the question, do we have some indigenous presence on the ground? If we don't, then we don't invest, because it's impossible for us to help a company be successful if we don't. Companies that venture guys invest in are always teetering on the brink of success and failure. And typically those companies that succeed, that have venture investors, are helped by the venture investors that are behind them. If we can't help them, and we can if we're not there, then we don't invest.